you. What's going on?
Hey.
Cool. This is our beautiful studio. Very bright light for the morning
gorgeous.
that this is for us.
Yeah, we shine a little too brightly.
The squinty, you'll get the squinty Bello today.
There you go.
In about 10 minutes, I'll come and give you like a 2-minute warning. Cool?
That sounds great.
This is the door that everybody comes in, just so you know. I've been trying to write some stuff over there with them.
I heard you.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, yeah, I was screaming. All I wanted was, because we haven't been home in a very long time.
Yeah.
And you know when you have a riff in your head?
Yeah.
And if you don't record it, you're gonna lose it. That's just what happens, you know. And I was just, every time I tried to get, I put on my recorder, I pressed it. I swear to God, somebody else came through the door. I said, "Stop! I want to go home." And I kind of was that morning. I want to be home on a Sunday morning writing. It would have been great, but I'm not. So I apologize. So it's not always like that, but it just today was. I had this thing. I woke up with I gotta get in there. I got in here, but then it became a turnstile. This thing was a turnstile. I apologize for that.
No, when the creative juices hit, you gotta.
Yeah, if you don't, you're fucked. That's the way it is. You forget it. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So everybody out there, this is Michele Mussatto, Unrated Magazine, Backstage, and if you haven't guessed already, Frank Bello of Anthrax.
Can't guess that. Look at this. Hi, how are you?
And we are on the Killthrax Tour 2017 in Kansas City. Welcome to Kansas City, Frank.
Thank you.
Thankfully, it stopped raining.
Yeah, you know, we've had a lot of rain. I mean, we had snow the other day in Denver, like a lot of snow. It didn't. It's been hitting us this whole tour. We did 6 weeks of Europe, not really good weather. So we had 9 whole days off, and then we came out for another 6 weeks. And I think we've had 5 good days of weather. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
There seems to be a cloud over the bus.
Well, maybe it's a good omen.
It's okay. It's for metal.
That's right, rock and roll. Well, I'd like to head off with your For All Kings album. Congratulations on hitting the top 10. Only the second time. We're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about that. In this day and age, imagine that metal, you know, and a metal record for a band that's been around over 30 years, being top 10. So we were pretty excited. We're still excited about everything that's going on. Even this tour, you'll see. If it's not sold out, it's usually packed on this Killthrax tour. So there's a whole different thing going on. There's a new generation of fans coming in along with our fans, and from the Big Four way back, a few years back, and that brought a whole new thing coming into a whole new influx of fans, which is great. From that maybe heard. You see what I mean? Did I not say anything about this door? There's always. What was that? Is there a ghost?
It's being on tour.
I better go check my pants right now. No, it's been a great run. I'm not kidding about this. This has been a great run from the Big Four on, where a lot of people hadn't got to see Anthrax. Maybe they heard of it and never saw them.
That's right.
And now there's a whole new thing coming in, which is great. It's fun.
Our kids are still listening to you.
It's all good. Thanks.
So it sounds like you wrote a lot more than the album could hold.
Yeah.
Do you foresee another album coming again?
Yeah, definitely. Anthrax, we're pretty stoked about what's going on. There's no reason to even slow this machine down. It's the band. First off, the band is getting along really well, which is always important after 30 years. The truth of the matter is, when you're in a band, you're like brothers. You see each other more than your families. Mm-hmm. And look, at the end of the day, you need some space, but after a while, you miss everything. You know, you need a couple of weeks off, and you want to come right back out and play. But I think this band's hungrier than ever now. So yeah, as far as a new record, there will be a new record, and I'm sure that it'll start. I mean, you saw before. We were just starting. I had a riff in my head I had to play. So and I was screaming, and I couldn't get a closed environment. But you need some space for yourself a little bit sometimes.
So you've been basically touring every day, or performing every day or every other day for the past 2 months.
Yeah.
So how do you keep your energy level up and stay in the game?
Well, it's funny because my doctor asked me that, because you know, some of us have stomach issues on the fun road, which is always great to find a clean toilet.
Oh.
See this? That's the problem. You guys should know about this. On the road, the really essential thing is a clean toilet and a clean shower, and everybody's happy. I mean, everybody's happy. That's really essential. But and everything's fine after that. But it's not always easy keeping the energy up. The show, the music gets that, and the crowd. You know, that great magic of taking that step onto the stage where you hear the roar, which is awesome. That's what we do. That's why we do all this. The rest of it all day, and live on the road for months at a time. for that time, that hour and 15, hour and a half on stage, that's what makes it all worthwhile, and we're very thankful for that.
So will you have a brief period after this tour to relax and take care of some personal creative endeavors?
Well, we have a week off. We start. There's a week left to this tour. This is the 5th week. We're going to the 6th. There's a week left. We have a week off, a whole week, and we go to Japan.
Oh my God.
And which is good. Look, it's good to be busy. I want to sound like I'm bitching because I'm very happy and I'm very thankful that we're busy.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you need to take just get you to know your family again, because I'm married with a kid, and it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see my son once in a while. And then we have 2 weeks off, and then we start Europe.
Yeah.
But from what I'm hearing, Anthrax has a whole August off. So that's August and half of September. So we might have 6 weeks off coming, which I can mow the lawn, all that good stuff, and all that fun stuff that I love doing at home.
So you mentioned your family. You have a son.
Yeah.
Is he picking up the bass like you?
Well, Brandon's more of an artist, like his mom.
Oh.
He'll be 11, which I'm missing his birthday. Just put that out there. He's going to be 11 next month. I'll be in Japan. I get home the day after. So I'm going to spoil him even more. You know what happens, because you feel guilty and you got to get him a bigger gift and more gifts, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's, what was your question?
Has he picked up the bass?
Oh, no, singing. I was always saying, because he does art like his mother, but he also has a really nice tone of a voice, my son, which is really, I hear him sing, I say, that's really good. And I have all the guitars, I'm not pushing him. I don't like to push. I would never want to be pushed or push people to do anything. So I just put my guitars around. And once in a while, I see him just pick up a guitar. And just not knowing, I said, well, Brandon, and when I try to start him up, I'm good. And he wants to go back to drawing. That's fine.
Well, he may pick it up someday.
Yeah.
He's got your voice. You got a great voice.
Thank you. I started at 13, really playing. So I could see his interest, which is cool. And he's definitely the artist kid, which is cool. He's not into sports, but it's all good. Family is everything. Family is everything. It makes this life a lot easier.
Well, it makes me think, being half Italian myself, are you full Italian?
Yeah, full Italian.
All right. So I assume maybe your grandparents came over from Italy?
Yeah, sure, yeah. My nanny and my grandfather, Papa. Yeah, so they're passed now, but they were awesome. And my other grandmother, Tina Babes, I call her, her parents were from Italy. That's the one I grew up with. I grew up in...
that would have been Charlie's?
Charlie's mom, rest her soul. She was the light of my life, without a doubt. Miss her every day of my life. Yeah, she's the best.
What did that hardworking Italian immigrant family work ethic did it?
This is what you see. I think you see that. And Anthrax is a blue collar band. You know that.
Sure.
You guys know what we do. Nobody pretends to be anything here. We are who we are. We like to work, and we work hard, and you leave it all out there. That's the way we grew up. I grew up in a deli in the Bronx, for God's sake, and making sure, that I made sure everything was done the right way, clean and everything. It's just the way we grew up. I appreciate those values. I think it's sorely lacking in nowadays.
I agree.
So it is what it is, but I try to pass that on. I like doing things to the 100th%.
Yes, and it shows.
Yeah, thanks.
Including acting, that you dabble in a bit, and your most recent film was Best Man in the Dark?
Yeah, how'd you look that one up? Wow, that was crazy.
Doing my research.
That was only a few scenes I did in that one, but
Really? Okay.
I'm surprised you even see. Did you?
I saw a clip.
Did you see a clip?
I
Wow,
did.
I hope you liked it.
Yeah.
I think I was just yelling at a few people in those days.
Well, you're playing a crazy musician.
Yeah, it was
well,
fun.
See, so
Yeah, I am a crazy musician, so it wasn't a big stretch. Yeah. Between that and the Buckley film, The Greetings from Tim Buckley. Yeah, so that was fun. Just the bounce off of playing Richard Hell was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, and just doing all that research is so much fun to do that. And there was some serious, really good actors in that film, so I got to bounce off them, get a lot of secrets and a lot of tricks, and had to really to do some fun stuff. So look, we haven't had a lot of time off as far as acting, so it's funny, I saw my agent last week and from LA. He says, when? I said, go to anthrax.com, and then we could start reading for stuff again, because it's great to balance, but this is my first love, and acting has to come second. That's just the way it is. But I love doing it. I truly do.
Yeah, that's neat. So you might do that in the future.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, awesome. So if you didn't have the time constraints of being in Anthrax, what would you do?
See, it's funny because you mentioned this, you have the acting thing on that side. Again, nobody cares about the fame thing. Look, we've all been famous. It's very, very cool to be, who cares about fame? Really, it's a bullshit thing, if I can curse on this. Fame is bullshit. All I want to do is write a good riff and write a good song, and it's about getting this, whatever this is, out. The acting is the same kind of thing. It's like losing yourself in another character, blah, blah, blah. But David Ellefson and I from Megadeth also have a side project called Altitudes and Attitude.
Altitudes and Attitude.
Altitudes and Attitude. You can look it up. It's on iTunes.
Absolutely.
We did a few years back. We did when we were off. we both did a little EP of 3 songs, and people who've heard it really like it. So if you haven't checked it out, it's called Altitudes and Attitude. I know it's not easy to say. We usually call it A&A. That's the nickname for it, but Altitudes and Attitude, look it up on iTunes. But that's me singing for the most part, and it's like heavier rock. It's not metal, but it's another side to Dave and I, what we don't do in Anthrax and Megadeth, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. So he's being two bass players?
Yeah. I play more guitar in that, but he plays more bass, and he's awesome in every way. We're really close, and he's a really good dude, so it works with us.
So is he from New York maybe too?
No, Dave's from Arizona. Yeah, he lives in. Oh, he's actually from Minnesota, but he lives in Arizona now. So yeah, so we have. In fact, we're writing it right now. I'll see him in Japan. We're gonna record a few more songs. We're having fun.
Oh, that's exciting.
Next year. Yeah, we're looking forward to next year.
All right, cool. We had a lot of people after you with this awesome new album, For All Kings. Check it out.
Thank you.
I see you're on with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And Seth Meyers. Oh, and you won the Innovator Award.
The Golden Gods thing. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That was fun.
That was a new award created just for you guys.
Yeah, I guess we're innovators, whatever that means. Whatever that means to everybody. I just want to write a good song. I just want Anthrax to write the best songs possible. They want to give an award for it. Cool. It's a way to promote those songs that you wrote to get it out to the people. And, I'm not a big award guy, but okay, thanks.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Plus, you got a new beer out. How did that come?
Yeah, War Dance. We tasted it. Has anybody tasted the War Dance?
I would love to right now.
So here's how I'm so proud of this beer. Here's why. Because number one, not to be called a beer snob, but we've been around a few years. Anthrax. We like our beer. I can tell you the amount. I can't tell you the amount of times we had to send back for tastings about what we didn't like, what it needs, what it didn't need.
Okay.
We truly kept sending back a lot of stuff going on, and where I thought I couldn't believe there was actually a time where we actually liked it together. It got to this point where wow, we were all agreeing on this, and it got to this point where I'll tell you, man, people are comparing it to some of the best beers out there.
That's awesome.
So I'm really excited. We're just trying to get it out, and ask for it at your local pub.
Yeah.
And they can get it. So it's called War Dance. So look for it. We're really excited about it. And look, and I say this, I got a case delivered to me, and that case was done within a week. So I'm not the biggest drinker in the world, but it's a really good beer. You can't just have one. It sounds like one of those marketing things, but you can't just have one of those.
All right. Yeah, we have a few breweries here in Kansas City, so
Yeah.
give them a name.
Absolutely. Love to.
And speaking of drinking and drugs, so many times addictions to those things will bring down a band. How did you guys escape that?
Well, it's funny because I think that we're going back to the way we grew up. Look, some people have houses that drink a lot. We eat a lot. Anthrax eats a lot. We love food. We grew up in New York. There's a lot of great food there. Our families have always been great cooks. Blah blah blah. Wine is important. I love the most drinking we did in the '80s. Anthrax really didn't drink, but the ¡90s we went on tour with Pantera. That turned everything around. With God rest his soul, Dimebag. We had some really fun times. He showed me the way with Blacktooth and all that good stuff. And look, and we like our whiskey now. We like our vodka and all that good stuff. Fernet Branca. But it's all moderation, like you can't let it. Why would I want to make that take over what I do? That would hurt playing. I can't do that. That's what I love. That would take the love away. I can't do that. That pulls it away. It's just the truth. So I know people have problems, but you can get help for those problems, and I just hope for the best for people. There's a way to do it.
What advice would you have for young musicians out there trying to make it in this business?
Well, it's not easy. You got to know that right off the bat. Look, if you have any kind of passion, you got to live this life. I mean, we're still living it, and I say living it by day to day. It's really hard. in every way to start up a band. I promote young people playing. I want more people playing this instead of this.
Yeah.
I think it's important. You can do both. You can do both. I have a son who does this. He does the video games, but I believe that this is an outlet for your life. But for me, when my dad left when I was young, this was my outlet to get rid of some of that pain. So this got rid of that. It alleviated the pain. So I believe this is a great outlet for people who are just feeling emotions. I just think it's really positive in every way. So this could, you don't have to make it in, oh my God, I have to be a rock star and all that stuff. You could just play to play, and then see where it goes from there. If you want this, then go for it. Absolutely, give 115% and don't stop. That's the way I look at it.
Well, if you do what you love, you're bound.
You have to love it, you know, and really love it. Really love it. It's just fame is all nonsense. I'm not answering that door.
Yeah, just a couple more questions.
Yeah, no, you got it. We'll just leave it out.
So sports, did that ever pique your interest as a kid?
With sports in high school, it's funny because I grew up with baseball too, right?
Yeah.
You know, New York, well, that's the Yankee fan. It was either, you know, for me it was music and sports and baseball. So in high school, I played baseball all throughout. So what was I going to do at 17 years old? Was I still going to go for baseball? Oh, music was more important. That's what came out. So, and then you had to make your choice. I went into Anthrax. I got into Anthrax at 17. And
Hi, Jeremy. He's done, but
no.
Good enough.
Oh, sorry. This is the phone. I'll probably lose again. Lost 2 phones on this.
So a Yankees fan?
Yeah, I am a Yankees fan because I grew up 10 minutes from the stadium.
Okay.
And so,
Wow.
and all my family were Yankee fans, so I guess that carries on. And you know, we played Yankee Stadium. We were lucky enough to play on the Big Four Yankee Stadium. It was one of the highlights of our career. So it was a lot of fun. Again, this has been a great run for Anthrax. I look at it, and I always look at it when I'm doing interviews. Man, I say, wow, we did that. Cool. But I think Anthrax is so hungry. I have to tell you this. I can't convey this enough. This is a hungrier band now than we've ever been, which is a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Sounds like a monster coming through. Let's go.
Well, it looks like they're going to tear you away from us. But
You got a couple more. Go ahead.
okay, great. So, what do you envision for the future as far as music?
Yeah, I want to push the boundaries with Anthrax. I think we all want to push the boundaries. We're in a good writing place with, I don't know, whatever we are doing together collectively, bouncing off, maybe arguing about music and stuff, I think that's great. I think that builds the intensity. Whatever we're doing, I'm sure it's going to continue with that because people have really loved the last couple of records we put out. So, and really have taken it on. It's really, you can see it rising, which is a really great thing. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
And there's a lot of inspiration with the political for...
Oh yeah, to say the least. Look, life is an inspiration. The way I watch the news and I laugh a lot because you better have a sense of humor now. It is what it is, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it because we have to. What are you going to do? You can't do this. You got to stand up and deal with it.
Well, music was, you know, your passion and your outlet for your emotions growing up, but your music, metal music, was for me.
Cool, thanks.
So, yeah.
It's important. I think music in general is important for people. You know, it's not, I think this generation that's coming up now, I see it's not as important because there's so many distractions. There are a lot of distractions. There's video games, there's films, I get it. But I just want people to know how there is an outlet out there, and it's really important that you give this a chance. I mean, this isn't going to get you everywhere all day. You know, it's I just want more people to play. I think it's really important.
Yeah. So are you involved with any charities that get kids involved?
Yeah, there's a bunch of kids music programs we do. I've done some high schools and stuff in New York, I just did my son's music class just before I left for this tour. His music teacher asked me to come in and just talk to the kids. And these are 11-year-old kids, which I love talking to because I'm a kid in my head.
Right.
And she brought up the Anthrax website, and I look reserved. I had dad gear on, I had my hair back and shaved, all that stuff. So, and she put up the website on the big screen. She goes, "Is that you?" I had my face open on some big stage. She goes, "That's the other guy. That's the other guy." But that's not that. That's not what Brandon, my son, knows. But I'm all about pushing this forward. It's all about that because I think it's really important.
Inspiring, the next generation.
Like Little Kids Rock, I've worked with them before. I think it's really important to just help out,
I know you as Frankie growing up.
Yeah,
Are you called by Frank now that you got this motherly?
Well, I actually got some grays here. A lot of grays. I'm either way. I'm Frankie because people grew up in the Bronx. And hey, Frankie, how you doing? You know, all that stuff. But I can go by anything. Frankie. It's almost like Dick. No, I don't care. Even if it's Dick, you want to go? It's fine. I don't care. Whatever works.
Your last name I want to ask you about. I know it's an Italian name, Bello, but it also means handsome man. And being a rock star, I'm like, is that your real name?
It is. It's weird. I mean, it's always been. If you look up my way back when, it's still always been my dad, my grandmother, my nanny. When we were talking about my nanny before, that's always been Bello. So it's yeah. It seems like there should be something else, like it cut off, like it's like a stage name,
like
right?
Joey Belladonna.
Yeah, Belladonna. So yeah, me and Joey were related. No, we're not.
Right.
No, as far as I know, way back, I mean, 2 generations, not that I know of. So whatever works.
Yeah, cool. What do you think your grandma and grandpa or pa's would say to you? Yeah.
I would hope, because they were very freeing for me, like especially my grandmother Tina. She really pushed this. She said, "Go for it." You know, she goes, "If you like doing it, go for it." And I love her for it. And with Charlie, my drummer, we grew up in the same house because I went to live with them when I was younger. I think she would say, because she came to Yankee Stadium. That was the last Anthrax show she saw before she passed.
Awesome.
So, and she had cancer and all that stuff. So, that was a great moment that we could actually do a show to that magnitude. And she saw us together playing on that huge stage in this big place. I think she would say, "I'm glad." She'd just be happy for it because she was happy for us because she was the best. She was the best.
That's awesome. Yeah. So 3 Italians in the band, and you grew up with Charlie. I guess. Well, Scott started the band, and then Charlie came in, and
Scott's Jewish, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all interconnected. I don't think anybody's different, you know, and that's what I love about music. And Scott, Charlie, and I really think about, and Joey. How long have we been together? And we're very much a family. And families, remember this. And I'd say we always get along the best all the time. Brothers fight. We're brothers, and that's what happens. And we all have our ups and downs days. And not to say we don't get along, we do. But I don't want people to think, "Oh, it's all happy rosy." It's not. Day-to-day life is not easy, but you learn how to adapt.
You guys look amazing.
Thanks.
I have to say, maybe the physical.
It's overlay, really. No, you know what it is. It also, and you know what? I do yoga now. You find ways. You have to eat right. All this stuff. Look at the stuff we have on our rider now. I mean, there's no junk anymore. This is all gluten-free stuff. I mean, because if you don't eat right, and at this age, and what we do on stage, you just go down. You can't do this. So.
It's an inspiration. I'm a bit of a weekend athlete, to see you guys up there jumping around.
That's the whole idea. If we could pass the torch to anybody and make them feel better about their lives, that's really what it's about now.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much, Frank.
Great interview. Thank you.
Have a hell of a show and a great rest of the show.
I'll work on it. Thanks. We'll do all right.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. Good deal.
Good job, guys.
Thank you so much. Do you mind?